Hello and welcome to today's Monday update. It's starting to feel a little bit more like November. It's starting to feel a bit more like Christmas. I've got one of the wise guys here that are going to be put outside as the church starts decorating for Advent and for Christmas. I think they're even calling for some snow the rest of this week. Look, it was bound to happen at some point. It's finally here. We live in Michigan after all. Well, in worship on Sunday, we heard these words from Luke chapter 21, verse 28. Now, when these things begin to take place, straighten up, raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. With this, Jesus has some difficult words, hard words for his disciples, for his followers. Things are going to get worse for his disciples, but also for you and for me, before they ultimately get better. We might find ourselves asking, what is this world coming to? But we can take heart because Jesus has come into our world. He has promised to come back, to be our redemption, to deliver us from the destruction that we see all around us. So, straighten up. Raise your heads because your redemption is drawing near. Your Redeemer, Jesus, is coming into this world. Well, this week, we are going to be very busy loving and serving our neighbors. On Wednesday of this week, we have our Bundled Blessings Diaper Ministry, where we get to serve families and neighbors in our community. That's happening at the Christ campus at 11 a.m., and then later on that day, we'll have our Coat Bank distribution happening at 4 o'clock. So there's going to be hundreds of our neighbors coming into the Christ campus on Wednesday, coming into the house of the Lord to receive the love of the Lord. Then on Saturday at the Meridian campus, we have our Thanksgiving basket distribution. And what that's going to involve is assembling baskets of food for our neighbors and then taking them out personally to deliver them to our neighbors, to be the embodied love of Jesus going out into the neighborhood. If you have signed up for any of those, thank you. Those are wonderful ways, wonderful endeavors that we get to love and serve our neighbors. If you haven't signed up for them, a few things. Let me invite you. Spend time in prayer. Spend time in prayer, praying for the people who we'll be interacting with this coming week. Spend time in prayer. That this little token of the love of Jesus will inspire them to want to know more about this Jesus. I'll tell you, it's a joy. It is a joy to be pastor at a congregation. It's a joy, I think, for all of us to be members of a congregation that takes the call of Jesus so seriously, that we love our neighbors, that we don't only take Jesus at his word, but when he says, straighten up, raise your heads because your redemption is drawing near, that when Jesus says that, we also keep busy doing the work that Jesus has given us to do as we await the day, as we long for the day when he comes and makes all things new. Well, that's all I have for your Monday update today. God's blessings to you this week as you live as one who knows the peace and the power of the cross.